close camp's been it's been long, but it's been positive in the sense that we started with our altitude training up in Manang, and I've come back here and worked on our fitness and our football and tactics, and now it's just about freshening the players up, giving them enough rest that they have full energy for Hong Kong on the 5th of June.
So, what was the plan about the high altitude that training at Ustad?
Well, there was multiple purposes. So the first benefit to be at altitude is it's great for the cardiovascular system, and the lack of oxygen up there makes the body work really hard to produce more red blood cells and to get the lungs and the heart really working on their efficiency. So the second part of that was also as a team bonding exercise. We went through some extreme conditions together, and we've all come out the other side, and you've seen the team. We're much closer together now, the staff, the players, the medical staff, the team management. So we feel a lot of unity and a lot of positivity. So it was something new and unique for the players. They really enjoyed it. Same for us as staff, as foreigners, to come up and to see a beautiful part of the country. So it ticked a lot of boxes for us to be up there.
So how is the team stepping up right now?
Very well. Everyone's fitness is in a good place. Touch wood, we've had no injuries, and we won't get any injuries before we play Hong Kong. So it was a very difficult selection process to get to the final 23. There was a lot of players we brought in that we saw perform well in the NSL, and we had a look at about 30. So to get down to 23 was tough, but I'm very confident in the players that we've chosen, and I feel that we have much more depth than we did 2 months ago. So the competition for places is really strong at the moment, and you can feel it in some of the players. They're probably for the first time in their careers feeling the heat from the younger players and the new players that have come in. So it's a competitive environment, which I hope will bring out the best in everybody.
So how did you take the opponent, Hong Kong?
Hong Kong is a very interesting opponent with a coach with a very adventurous philosophy, very positive. They've had some really good results in the last few months. They're on a bit of a high at the moment. So I want to be the one that takes Nepal over there and breaks their unbeaten streak in international matches. They're a good team. They've got some good, strong, physical, talented players, young and quick, and we'll have to be at our best to beat them. But I also feel there's some weaknesses we can take advantage of as well.
What kind of plan can we expect against Hong Kong? Are we sitting deep or attacking them? Or what kind of plan do we expect against them?
It'll be a balanced approach in the sense that we've got certain areas of the field where we will press them, and other areas where we know it's better for us to sit and wait and to try to exploit certain weaknesses that they have in areas that I won't go into yet. So you'll see us be, again, pragmatic. We won't go all out. It's a game that we want to win, but we won't be sitting back. There'll be moments where we will sit back because of the conditions, because of the strengths of the opponent, but we'll do what needs to be done to get a result.
The two previous matches, win against Singapore and loss against Malaysia. What lessons do you think the team has taken from that game?
The biggest lesson I learnt was that tactically we need to be a little bit more astute. We need to increase our tactical awareness, and I take some of the blame for that in the sense that I probably didn't work enough on the tactics against Malaysia because we played so well against Singapore. So we've rectified that for this camp, and also learnt that the players, like hopefully we saw against Singapore, they can perform at that level. They can go out and dominate periods of the game. We can be dangerous against anyone we play against. We've got great attacking players, we've got strong defenders, we've got excellent goalkeepers. And it's just about now building on what we did in Singapore and Malaysia and showing that we've improved again. I don't want us to rest on that performance level. I want us to improve again and to continue to improve for as long as I'm here.
So yesterday you competed in the half marathon. What inspired you to run?
Oh, I've always gone in half marathons. I really love just the test against myself. So I only trained a little bit here before training sessions for a few weeks, so I was quite unprepared, but I finished and the time was okay for an old guy, so
adding
good
that,
fun.
How important is it to maintain fit for head coaches like you?
I think it's important. I think I like to model good behaviours, good lifestyle. So I try and eat well and stay fit and be somebody that the players can respect and ask questions about. Not just football, but about life in general. And so I think fitness is should be a part of everyone's life. It's always great to come here for our trainings and see all the public running laps and staying fit. So it's something that I'm passionate about, and I'm quite sore today, but hopefully I'll be recovered in time for Hong Kong.
So what is the response of the player to your philosophy? How are they responding? Is there any concern regarding the plan implementation?
No concern. The good thing is that the players, we've developed a good connection and a good level of trust where they can come to me individually or as a group and say, Coach, we need this explained again. Can you show us what you really mean? So we've had a lot of team meetings of an evening where we go through the different tactical plans that we have, because I don't want us just to play one way where the opposition can predict, oh, here comes Nepal, they're going to be in the back five and they're going to sit and they're going to counter-attack. So I'm asking a lot of them. So I'm very fortunate that I have a group that other teams would be too maybe scared to come to the head coach and say, Coach, we don't understand. But these guys, very open, very direct, very honest to say, and even today we're going to work on our tactical idea. To really, what we can't have is that we walk on the pitch on the 5th and the players still have 1% doubt.
Realistically, how do you see the chances of progressing on to the next round?
For AFC?
Yes.
It's, I think Laos is a must-win game. If we're serious about qualification, we have to win. We have to beat them twice, and we have to then win, let's say, four out of 6 and have maybe a draw against Malaysia and get 13 points and see where it takes us.
So
Yeah.
what exactly you want from the Hong Kong match before taking to the Laos? What exactly you want from that match?
I want to see a stronger performance than we had against Singapore. I want to see us being more of an attacking threat, that we realise that we will have more of the ball against Laos, that we can control possession, that we can dictate the tempo of the game, that we can be defensively so solid that both teams will really struggle to break us down. That's what I'm hoping for.
Are there any young players that you're particularly impressed of?
Kushal's come into the squad as a new member, 18 years old, maybe 17. Excellent young player, just come back from an injury. Subhash is back in the team at 16. Got his debut against Singapore, which I thought should have received more attention because he's a fantastic young talent. So those two young guys, hopefully we can find minutes for them in either of the games, that they can show what they can do on the international stage.
So Santosh Khatri, Kusal Deuba and Kritish Ratnasinghe has not played for Nepal. Are there any chances that they can play minutes?
Yeah, of course. Everyone's got their chance but what I always say is the big chance is you get to prove yourself every day in training. We have a very high quality starting 11 now, and it's up to the players on the bench. Like I said, the depth is strong. It's up to them to prove that they should get in ahead of the more established players. But players like Kritish, looking for those younger players to be very consistent in what they do. Some days they're great, some days they drop off, and you see our starting players have that level of consistency that the younger ones need to develop.
Thank you.
Thank you.